If you have a dream on your heart, it was placed there for a reason, and there's nothing stopping you from achieving that dream, that goal. Pursue it relentlessly, because with a dream comes hard work, dedication, passion, strive, ambition. Go for it. Put everything you have into that goal and dream, and know that you can achieve it. Hi, my name is Joanne Liebenberg. I'm a professional dancer and performer, originally from South Africa, living in New York City, but currently filming this video from my hotel room in San Antonio, Texas, whilst I'm on the national tour of the theatrical production, The Thorn, as dance captain and lead dancer. I'm super excited to be a part of ADTC's Girl on Fire, and to get to know me and a little bit about my dance journey, I'm super excited to be answering ADTC's Idol Questionnaire. Dogs or cats? Dogs. I have cats and dogs at home, but I just find that dogs are super loyal and they love you no matter what, whereas I find cats to be a little picky as to when they love you. Hip hop or ballet? I love both, but I'm a ballet girl. Ballet is my first love. I was ballet trained, and I just find ballet to be the foundation of all dance technique. On time or late? I'm definitely on time, especially if it's for a job or a work-related situation or something that's very important to me. However, I was always late for school, and you can count on me to be a bit late if we're gonna meet up for coffee or something, but always late, but worth the wait, but never for something that's a job. Loud or quiet? I prefer quiet. Although I am a very outgoing, louder person, I just love the sound of silence in my ears, nature, and just a moment to process and think about what's happened and what's transpired throughout my day. Save money or spend money? I'm a save money girl. I love to just save a little bit of money from my hard work and put that towards something bigger than just in the moment of spending money. Bus driver or bus rider? I would love to drive a car, but I wouldn't mind being ridden, especially if it's a bus. That's a big thing. That's a big vehicle. Problem solver or problem maker? I feel like there is definitely a right answer to this one, but I am definitely a problem solver. I love to solve problems, and if someone's got something that's on their heart that they want me to fix, or if it's a work-related issue, love to solve them. Extrovert or introvert? I'm a bit of both. I'm definitely an extroverted introvert. I love spending time with people, but filling my cup, I love to spend time by myself and journaling and reading and praying for sure. Call or text? Please text me. I get a little nervous having a phone call. City or country? It's a hard one, because I love nature so much, but I grew up in Johannesburg in South Africa, which is a city, and I currently live in New York City. But I definitely prefer nature, but I'm super grateful for the opportunities that cities offer. Stay home or go out? Stay home through and through. I love me some popcorn and a good movie or a good book, and just chilling with myself or my boyfriend or special friends or family and having special conversations. Book or movie? Oh man, I love both. I love movies, definitely more than TV series, but there's nothing like a good book that just takes you to a whole nother world. What word do you live by? My biggest word for myself, and a word that I love to teach and bring to others, is inspire. It's definitely my word that I went in when I became a dance teacher, dance choreographer, as well as a yoga teacher, because that's exactly how I want to feel when I leave a class or a workshop or a competition or anything of that realm. I just want to be inspired, because I just feel that as individuals, we all have something so unique to offer in so many different ways, and there's so much to learn from each other. There's just nothing like being inspired and just sharing your knowledge and your wisdom of your craft or a life experience. So inspire is definitely the word I live by. What or who makes you laugh the most? I love to have a good laugh. I feel like a day is not complete until you've just had a really good laugh. Even if you've had an emotional day and you just haven't felt yourself, there's nothing like laughing. It always just is just the medicine of life. Who makes me laugh the most? I'm very close to my family, so my brothers really know my sense of humor and how to make me laugh. I have 2 older brothers. I have some good laughs with my mom. We have a very similar sense of humor. My best friend back in South Africa, we also have a similar sense of humor. She also really knows how to make me laugh. My boyfriend makes me laugh a lot. And I make myself laugh too. I'll find myself in a situation when I'm alone and I'll just have a laugh. Even some life situations, like life really isn't that serious all the time. And if you just think about it in the big picture and you get a bigger perspective of it, you can have a good laugh. One of my favorite things to do is when I'm lying in bed at night and I'm just going through my day, I love to think about the things that made me laugh, and I'll have my eyes closed and I'll just like let out a little something that just really made me laugh. And I'll even tell someone that in the moment. If someone really made me laugh, I'll be like, I'm gonna laugh about that tonight when I'm trying to fall asleep. How would your friends describe you? I would say my friends describe me as spontaneous. I love to do things in the whim of a moment, depending on how you're feeling. I feel like my friends would describe me as fun. I love to have fun. I'm also a very loyal person to the relationships that I have in my life and to also the work that I'm doing. I feel that I am easy to talk to. A lot of people open up to me and share beautiful things that I value a lot, and I like to problem solve them and help them. I'm very excitable. The small things in life really make me excited because there's just so much to be grateful for every single day, and I feel like that's just how to live your life, is to have an attitude of gratitude and a heart that is aligned towards gratitude. I'm also very driven. I have a lot of goals. I'm a very passionate person. So if a goal is on my heart, then I'm gonna put everything I have into striving and persevering for this goal. So I'm a very ambitious person. It makes me me. What is your favorite dance style? Contemporary. My first love was definitely ballet. And as I grew older, I just found a whole new meaning of movement and a different form of expression when I was introduced to contemporary dancing. But as I've gotten even more older and entered into the professional world of dancing, I'm really enjoying theater dance. I feel that it tells a story in such a unique way and leaves the audience feeling inspired, excited, and happy about life. So it's a bit of a mixed answer, but just different styles as I've gone through my own dance journey. What hobbies do you have outside of dance? I absolutely love yoga. I am actually a certified yoga teacher as well as fitness instructor, and I just love movement as a whole and exploring different ways of how to move your body and how that makes you feel. I'm a very active person. It's a big part of my life. So becoming a yoga teacher was just another way that I could inspire people through movement. I'm also an advanced certified scuba diver. I love everything underwater. I love the beach, laying on the beach, baking in the sun, swimming in the waves, getting dunked by the waves, having a good laugh at that, and going under the water and just experiencing a whole nother world that's so much more than on earth and on land. I'm also a certified nutritionist. I'm a vegan myself. I've been a vegan for 7 years. So nutrition is a big hobby and interest that I have outside of dancing. And what I love about all of my interests is they all kind of tie together and just kind of expand my dancing in many different ways. I love a good book, I love a good movie, and I love a good hike and getting out into nature. And yeah, I think it's really important to also recognize that there is a lot more to the world besides just dancing. And for a long time, dancing was just my everything, and it still is. It's such a big part of who I am, but it's not my identity. And I think that's really important to recognize as you kind of going through life and being like, there's just so much to life and so much to experience and live through. Other than necessities, what's one thing that I could not go a day without? The first thing that comes to mind when I read that question is talking to my mom. Me and my mom are really close. She's all the way back in South Africa, and she's just been my biggest supporter and biggest role model. And living all the way overseas and so far away from home and everything I know, I cannot go a day without messaging my mom, calling my mom, telling her about my day, and just speaking to her. It brings me great comfort, and I just love her very much. If I could only eat one meal for the rest of my life, what would it be? Vegan pizza. I just love pizza, and it's really exciting, all the different toppings and the different ways you could go with pizza. Love vegan cheese. It's just all around great meal. If I could live anywhere, where would it be? Hawaii for sure. I've been blessed enough that I've been able to travel to about 40 different countries throughout my life, mostly for dance reasons, which has been such an incredible journey. I've had the privilege of visiting Hawaii, and I just fell in love with the culture, the people, the lifestyle, and I think in another world I would just be a surfer girl, and I would just live on the beach and dance and just do yoga outdoors every day. What is my biggest fear? I don't particularly like the word fear. We all have our own fears and anxieties, but I feel that it's the biggest kind of stopper to achieving your biggest dreams. And imagine a life without any fear and just what we could accomplish through that. But if I had to be scared of something, I think it would be claustrophobia, being in a really tight place. I don't like riding an elevator with a lot of people. I don't like even being on a bus. That's why I paused on that question earlier, with a lot of people crammed up. So yeah, claustrophobia. Just, yeah, no. What is my biggest pet peeve? I don't appreciate it when people are unnecessarily rude. I mean, you can just smile at someone and that'll just change their whole mood of their whole day, and you can say hi, and there really isn't any need to push your emotions or your bad day onto someone else, which could affect theirs and in turn affect someone else's. So just always being respectful, polite, and just kind to one another. Is there a fun fact about you that people might find surprising? I can speak 3 different languages, only 2 of them fluently, English and Afrikaans. It's a South African speciality language. I also learned a bit of Zulu, which is an African language, back when I was in school. I think that's a cool, fun fact. What is your true color personality style? I took the True Colors personality test, and my color, which is my second favorite color besides yellow, my personality is orange. I would encourage you to take that test for yourself and read up about all the different colors and where you would necessarily fit into each one. Who is your idol? My biggest dance and mentor, role model, and idol in my life is a South African woman named Bridget Reeves Taylor. You can definitely look her up. She is a dance examiner, an international dance judge. She's also created her own non-profit organization, mixing her love for animals and her veganism with dance. And every year she runs a show called Dancers Love Dogs, where she has special guest artists and dancers come and perform for her. where she raises money for mass sterilization for stray animals. And I just think that is the most beautiful culmination of two things that mean so much to you, merging them into one, all for the greater good. I've been privileged enough to have known Bridget for most of my dance life. Bridget examined one of my first advanced dance examinations for the Association of International Dance Teachers, and that's how I originally met her after having heard about her so much in the industry. She then examined my final solo performance dance examination, where I was honored enough to be the top scorer, and from then on, she became my college professor when I went to college to study dance, which was incredibly special, having someone who I really admired teach me, and I could be in her class and just be surrounded by her energy and just her outlook on dancing and just life in general. And she's just been a big part of helping me move from South Africa to the States. And whenever I need something, advice on life, advice on dancing, she's just always been there for me. She's an incredible woman who's just empowered me to not just be the best person I can be, but the best dancer I can be, and to always strive for more, and I'm very grateful for that. Why do you love to dance? Dance is my form of expression. Ever since I was younger and I didn't have the words or the actions to express how I was feeling, dance has just always been there for me. I feel my most self when I'm dancing and moving my body. I feel that I can communicate with someone else without necessarily speaking, and share stories with audiences. And dancing is just so incredibly special, no matter where you are in the world. Me being from another continent so far away from America, we communicate with dancing, and there's just so much to learn from it that you can pull from dancing into your everyday life lessons, life experiences, and it's just been a big part of forming who I am today as a person. My creativity, my discipline, my responsibility, the way I walk, the way I just am. I'm forever thankful for dance and all the hours that I've poured into my craft. What is my proudest accomplishment and why? I am an immigrant, so I don't have an American passport. So being able to dance and live out my best dance dreams, I had to obtain a work visa, and I will never forget the day that my O1 extraordinary ability in dance work visa was approved. It was the most surreal experience and happiest moment of my dance life. It is such a process. It is such an extreme process. Just summing up everything that you've ever done in your dancing and praying that it's deemed extraordinary by America in order to invite you into the country so you can work and pursue your craft was just wild. It was a lot of money, a lot of perseverance, a lot of work, stacked papers of about 6 pounds of just everything I've ever done in dancing. Every show I've done, every exam I've done, who sat in the audience, what role was I, what was the show for, was there newspaper articles on it, was there press on it, getting letters of recommendation from people of high esteem in the industry, having work already set up for you in another country before you've even gone there. Just having done all of that was, and still is to this day, one of my proudest accomplishments in dancing and in life. I did it. I packed 2 suitcases and I moved to New York City with a dream to just dance. What goals are you working on right now in both dance and life? I have so many dance goals, and that's what I've been saying that makes dancing so exciting. I've slowly ticked them off my list one at a time, different contracts in different theaters that I would love to perform at. A bit about my dance journey. After I finished college in South Africa, I did my first professional dance contract at a theatre called Kalkbay Theatre in Cape Town, where I was the lead dancer at 21, which was such a huge responsibility, and it was just amazing. I then danced with Royal Caribbean cruise ships for 2 contracts, a 9-month contract and a 10-month contract, where I was able to perform in 3 different shows on each ship and travel the world, which was so exciting. I then moved to New York City, where after I got my work visa, where I signed with an agent, and I've done film, TV, all things to do with dancing, different contracts in New York. I joined a contemporary company. I did a theme park, and now I'm on a national tour. So dance goals working towards, I would love to dance for Disney one day. I would love to be on Broadway one day. There's so many different theaters that I'm just dying to be a part of, as well as shows that I'm dying to dance out my dreams for. A life goal that I'm currently working towards would be to finish my Bachelor of Arts degree. I booked my first job really soon, and was never able to finish my degree, but it was something that I said I'd always come back to, and I'm really proud of myself for sticking to that, and have just been studying as I've been on each different contract. I write my final exam in November, and I'm super excited to just finish that goal for myself. Tell us about a difficult situation in your life and how you got through it. What did you learn? During COVID, that already being the hardest time in the world for artists and for so many different people, I had a lateral ligament foot operation. I'd sprained my left ankle on the outside so many times, and I'd torn the ligament so many times that it became lax when it kind of fused together. So during COVID, when I went and saw my physio, she sent me to 3 different orthopedic surgeons, and they recommended that I fix my foot up so I can continue dancing. And that was just such a huge shocker for me, because I was like, what if I can't dance anymore? It means so much to me, and I've poured so much into this. I'm so nervous that my foot will never be able to point again, because if you know me, I love a good pointed foot in dancing. And just going through all those emotions and being like, I can dance without the op, but I would be better if I had the foot up and I had a stronger foot. I'd have longevity of my career. So just taking the risk and going through that, I was really proud of myself for, and I also healed so quickly, so much quicker than a normal person who isn't as active as me would. And through that, I was able to find so many other interests and do so many other things with my life, which was also really important and really needed at that point in life. What is the most daring thing you've ever done? The first thing that comes to mind is skydiving. I was only 16 and I jumped out the plane before both of my brothers. But a more inspiring answer, the most daring thing I've done is definitely move to America, leaving my culture, my roots, my family, my best childhood friends, all at home in a country that I do truly love. And moving with 2 suitcases all the way to New York City was incredibly daring, but it has been incredibly rewarding, incredibly tough at times too, but I wouldn't trade it for the world, and I'm super proud of myself for that. What is your ADTC superpower? We have the option of adventurer, dreamer, team player, and creator. I definitely see myself in each and every one of these, but I most resonate with adventurer. That means I am strong and brave. I'm excited to try new things and embrace the unfamiliar. What do I want other girls to learn from reading my ADTC bio and story, or in this case, listening to me speak for a very long time? If you have a dream on your heart, it was placed there for a reason, and there's nothing stopping you from achieving that dream, that goal. Pursue it relentlessly, because with a dream comes hard work, dedication, passion, strive, ambition. Go for it. Put everything you have into that goal and dream, and know that you can achieve it. Thank you so much for listening to my ADTC Idol questionnaire, and I'm so excited to see you at camp this year.